Hello friends and welcome back to another lecture. In this lecture we are going to discuss about cloning of objects. Let us start. So cloning of object is a process by which a exact copy of an object is created. So if you want to create a copy of object, you have to create a new object by creating the new key using the new keyword and create a new object with all the specified values which are present in the previous object. You have to copy all the values to the new object, so like that copy feature we can do without cloning. So with cloning, the exact copy you can create very fast by just using one single method using object dot clone. If you write, then the cloned object will be returned. And now let us see some other features of cloning. So cloning is done in Java by implementing the clonable interface. So clonable interface is an interface which allows the cloning process. So it's an interface which tells the compiler that this particular class is a clonable class. And one more feature is we can use the clone method in the clone method in the object class to particular create the particular clones. And another thing is, if a super child class is want to clone a child class, then the super class also must be clonable, or if you use the super dot clone method, then it will fail. So the parent class also should be clonable. And that's how about the cloning in Java, and how we can achieve cloning in Java also. Now let us see some programs based on cloning in Java. Now let us discuss about a program based on cloning in Java. So cloning in Java is used to create the exact copy of an object. So here you can see I have a student object here, an ID and name are its two fields. So I have a constructor. Inside the constructor I am printing particular constructor is invoked. So we want to check whether in object cloning the constructor will be invoked or not. So here it is like that. So after that I am using the I'm for before that, first you going to see this. I'm implementing a interface which is called as clonable interface. So in order to clone our object, you have to implement the clonable interface. If you don't implement this interface, then the compiler will throw a clone not supported error when we are execute the program. So we have to implement the clonable interface. And after that I am calling the clone method in using this overriding the clone method from the object class, and I'm calling the super dot clone. So I will not modify anything. I will call the super class whatever the clone method is there, that is will be called from the object class. Next is the toString method. So here I will print the string representation which I want to print for the particular class, student class. And after that I am overriding the hash code and equals method so that I will be able to compare two objects. So that is it for the code for the student class. Now let us see the main method of this program. So we are inside the main method. So in the main method you can see I have created a student object. After that you can see a specified block called as try catch block. So this is used for exception handling in Java. So here there is a chance of exception called as clone not supported exception. So we have to handle that particular exception. So by using a try block you can handle the exception. You can also use a throws or a throw keyword to handle the exception. We will discuss about exception handling in the next section. And and then let us go through this program. And here you can see I am created another using the clone method of the particular student object. I am cloning the object, and after that I am using the equal printing the values of the both one so that I will get the particular string values. And after that I am using the equals method to check whether the both objects are equals after cloning. Now let us see the output of this program. So here you can see the output as came. So the objects are getting, both the objects are having the same values, and the equals method is returning true. So that is it for the output of this program. So in this lecture we are seeing about cloning in Java. So here one more thing to notice here is constructor will not get invoked when you clone the object. And this method, this functionality has some drawbacks, such as we have to always implement the another interface. So if another interface, clonable interface, we have to implement, and then we have to clone the objects. So this is a little complex process, but we can implement it to avoid having code to copy the objects manually. So that is it for this lecture. Thank you for watching. I will come back with another lecture.